Oh no, friends, this pandemic actually has been affecting many athletes, not only in Japan, but around the world. Many has been affected, but they're also affected, but trying to fight. And our neighbor is an example of an athlete who is trying her best to maintain fitness amid this coronavirus that has hit her. It's raining, but look, she's over there. She will look at her. Now she's here. We are so lucky to have the chance to meet her, and it's a big opportunity to meet University of Tsukuba athlete. Yeah. So this is Amanda, our very good friend.
Yeah, nice to meet you guys.
Yes. So first, please introduce yourself.
Okay. Well, I arrived in Tsukuba on September. I am judoka for most part of my life, since 6 years old, and I came to Japan basically because of the judo, and now I am a research student here. So basically that's it. I'm Brazilian too, as information.
Yes. So you have been playing judo.
Yeah.
And now you're University of Tsukuba, like the athlete team.
Yeah.
Wow. So you have been competing several times, many times?
Yeah, in Japan, like when I arrived here for the first time, 2016, I got more competitions. Like as I arrived on September last year,
Yes.
we just got one, and then we had like Corona problems. So like by now, it's just one competition we had. So we are just waiting for the next one.
So before coronavirus, you have been competing already.
Yeah.
And how was it? How was the training before coronavirus? So let's see.
Pretty nice actually. Like we had the gym before, and we could like use since the 6 a.m. So every day I wake up at 5:30, and then I go to the training, and after I just go back home and have my classes and everything else. And judo practice also always started around 4:30 in the afternoon, and we have like around 3 hours of training of judo, and on Saturdays too. And usually on Sundays I go to Tokyo to do CrossFit, so it was mainly every day doing something. So I really miss the schedule now, so now we are trying to adapt as much as possible.
So actually, I am a proof how early she wakes up because we're neighbors. So I know how early. When you know Japanese apartments, you can really hear the other side. So I know she wakes up really early. So when I wake up, like, oh, Amanda's supposed to awake already. So now the problem is when the virus arrived. How it affected your life as an athlete, as a student?
Yeah, sure. So when it arrived, like in the beginning of the year, it was kind of something, okay, let's try to deal with. So judo kept for a long time, even after the gym closed and everything else. But then I couldn't go to Tokyo anymore for training, but it was fine because we had like judo, so we were training judo 2 times a day, and it was pretty awesome too. But after it started to get worse, like it just stopped for a while, and it was pretty hard because like when you get a schedule that you have like a routine, and I really like routines, I like to have a time to do my stuff so that I can end myself, and then suddenly I didn't have it anymore, and it was like, what did I do? And like judo, you need another partner, and you need tatami. It's not something like that you can practice by yourself. Of course, you can do some stuff, but it's totally different. And so I had no gym and had no judo, and it was like, what? It's pretty messed up. Yeah.
So as an athlete, it's really true that we really like to follow a sort of routine, and it's a part of our lifestyle. And when that routine changed, maybe due to pandemic, we really feel like messed up, like how to change.
Yeah.
So how did you struggle from that change in routine to slowly building up again?
Yeah, I was pretty anxious actually because like judo is what keeps me down. I'm a very anxious person. I'm always planning something, and I'm always worrying about something. So judo was the time that I could like, okay, let's take these problems out and organize myself, and then I could study better and do everything better. So when it started, I just say, okay, I can't be messed up all the time. So I need to try to build a new routine. And I was like actually going to the library. It was still open for the time. Yeah.
First, we have here at the university a strong library. Oh,
Until 5 o'clock, but then it closed again. So it was like, okay, every time I try to like build any routine, something happen and it happen, and say, okay, let's get it like as a resilience stuff. So I just put like all my plans, like what I need to do. At the time I was studying Japanese by myself, so I had my books and everything else. I said, okay, let's try to build a schedule from this. Like today I will study grammar and I will do kanji the next day or something like that. And then I try to like keep like a routine doing like from the study and of course training, because I feel if I don't train in like every day, I feel like I really can concentrate for studying. So it was something that affect each other. So
Actually, the one that she said is really, I can truly relate. Like, if you don't train as an athlete, if you've been doing that routine, and it's like boosting our energy, right? I can really feel like my mental sanity is a bit dame. Like that.
You can sleep well and like you feel like you're really, really stressed. It's like it's really messed up.
How, and then now we want to know the story. How you slowly build up like your training. Like this is the path of our apartment actually, and now we're building up place the training.
Well, what I did like when I felt like we should be like in the isolation for a while and I couldn't train anymore, I said, okay, let's go to the shopping and buy some stuff. And at the time, like I really want to buy some kettlebells and stuff, but it will like on the store I went, there weren't anything like very heavy or something like that, just like 2 kilos. So I said, come on, no. And then, well, the rope and the band I bought on the day.
And then we can see. Everything that hurts secrets.
The blue one I got from my work, like they weren't using, so it's good for balance and everything else. And the kettlebell and the dumbbells, Gracie lent me. So it helped me a lot actually, because before, of course, I was training every day and I was in the band and I was in the rope, but it's totally different when you just do like your body training and when you get some extra charge, you know. So it helped me a lot. And sometimes I do the training with my judo friends. We do like uchikomi on the street and kumite and something like that. But I really miss like my old lifestyle.
So actually, Amanda shows like the very human nature. Like there's a level of isolation at first, like after having been sad, you really have the isolation. Even me too, it was hard to catch up with my training, but slowly we begin to.
Actually, like we can't like feel pity for ourselves. Like, oh, I can't do that, or like, okay, there's everything like that, so I will mess it up with my diet and everything. Like this kind of behavior won't help us at all. Like you can feel better for a while, but it will get worse after. So like I think if you have discipline to organize what's important for yourself, and like you have your objectives, and you know that sometimes this isolation will suddenly, I think maybe in the next 2 weeks things are slowly get back to the normal. So like if I didn't do anything from the time that it started, now I would be worse. Like I lost a lot of muscles, of course, and everything else. So it's kind of and physical condition. Like before, I used to do like the training, like yo, I'm fine. I'm not tired. And when I started to do like the kettlebell, I was like, oh my god, and all my legs were hurting. But like I think it's a process, and like one thing that I always try to carry like for myself or anything is like. The purpose of life is like to know yourself better. So when you got some situation like you really can control, like I can control corona and everything else, I can control like how to open the dojo, I can do my best during this time. So I will try to like reinvent myself as much as possible.
So it's very nice. She said it's like the process from the isolation, and now she's back on track. So maybe many athletes are also in the same condition as us. So maybe you can give like motivation, inspire them.
Actually, some people sometimes they ask me about motivation, and sometimes people say, "Oh, you're like an inspiration or something." But I really just do the stuff I do because not because I think like of course I think it's pretty cool, but not because I want to impact lives, but because I love what I do. So like. I think the main thing is like you find a purpose and you really go through it. Like you have passion. Like I really love training. I really love to study. So you just need like to point in your life what's the main focus, and then after you put that on a paper or whatever. I like to use paper actually. I always write a lot about this, and then you just have like the direction. And then of course you need to organize yourself and have discipline, and the things will start to like to work out. I think that's the main thing. Like if you know yourself, you know what you like, and you know where you want to reach. I think like you have the 3 points necessary like to build a new lifestyle or whatever, or like new goals, this kind of stuff.
So, by the way, friends, Amanda is not only an athlete, she's actually a Japanese government scholar, like me when I was also master's and PhD. And so, she's have a good life balance. That's very important. So, finally, this is one thing we want also to know. Why did you choose University of Tsukuba?
Oh yeah. Right. When I was in Brazil, like I always saw Tsukuba because it's a very strong place for training judo. At the time, I wasn't thinking about like I wanted to do master or something. At the time.
And just trivia, the first president of the University of Tsukuba, way back maybe 100 years ago, is coming from the sports science. So he was actually the founder of judo. Tsukuba University is also one of the leading schools in Japan that have very good sports education programs. So if you're planning to have this and study abroad, please choose Tsukuba University, as we also have many Olympic athletes coming from here. Yeah, especially judo. Okay.
At the time, I thought that okay, like just graduation for me was fine or something like that. So when I came to 2016, like first of all, my university has a partnership with Tsukuba, so it was not easier, but I already got the contacts that I need to come for. But when I came as just a scholar, not next. So I stayed for 1 year. Like I was supposed to stay 6 months, and then my academic tutor said, "Oh, do you want to extend?" And I said, "Of course." And then when I got back to Brazil, I just noticed, like I said, come on, I don't fit in Brazil anymore. My lifestyle is way better in Japan. Like everything works better.
Is that they have a very strong lifestyle.
So I just said, okay, let's finish my graduation and then get back. So the main thing is like judo here is very strong. University of Tsukuba is very famous for sports and this kind of stuff. You may see like the whole structure they have, and they have a lot of strong teams from different sports. And Tsukuba is very particular because Kano Jigoro, that's the creator of judo, the statue that we have, he kind of graduated in Tsukuba. Like it was before in Tokyo Imperial University, but then this university came to here, so it's kind of the same university, just changed place. So it had like a different meaning about history and everything, like a legacy, you know. So I just wanted to come back as much as possible, and I really like the city. It's like awesome because it's pretty near to Tokyo, so if you need like to come for whatever, it's like 40 minutes, and it's a very calm city, so you can hear, maybe you heard on the video, some roaster singing and everything. It's like you have the rice fields and you have the mountain and you have everything you need, like have a lot of convenience and you have a lot of restaurants, so it's a pretty bem life, and it's very convenient, it's very like comfortable to live in Tsukuba. I really love it.
So yeah, finally, because there's a rain, so please don't forget Tsukuba is a better place, and maybe she will start her workouts already 6:33, the routine. But yes, we may have some time also looking at her workouts later. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, sure, it's a pleasure.
Yes, okay. Now we had the chance to see her workouts in the routine. So I will just check out. So this is, I think, one of the workouts she said, because she's also doing some CrossFit. So I see this in CrossFit training. So this one is for CrossFit. You see, even if it's raining, she's still out there doing. So we don't want to bother her with her workouts. So how admirable these people are. But yeah, just she said that she's doing workouts because she loves it. Not only just to at first to inspire, because at first you have to show that you love something that you're really doing. So I think that's very important in life. Yeah, how strong she is.